gets in here, huh? All right. I don't know if you guys can hear me over my fan. I think you can, because it's good. 85 degrees, sun beating on the, kind of tends to heat it up pretty good. Hello, Charlene and LFR, Shannon. No loads out there today. Well, there's loads, but I'm not taking a load from Seattle, which I'd have to deadhead. I would have had to deadhead 150 miles in. That load goes from Seattle to Denver, Colorado for $1,200. Um, do the math. Do the math. About $6.50 a gallon on diesel, and the truck gets 5 miles to the gallon. I'm not driving 1,200. I'm not going to drive a $1,200 load from Seattle to Denver, Colorado, when it's going to cost me more than $2,600 in fuel. But that seems to be the same price for almost every load coming out of Washington State right now. So I'm gonna go spend some time at my dad's house and wait for the prices to. Considering my dad's house was closer to where I had to deliver this morning than my own, by far. So if you're in the Tri-City, Washington area, I'll see you. Maybe. Because right now we're on 82 and we're going to get onto I-182. Cut through Richland and Pasco. Yeah, we can't do it much longer. Trust me. We're looking at a full-blown crash of the trucking industry. It's not going to be pretty. Problem is, some of the big companies get a lot of kickback. I don't see any trucking company lasting. That's right. No one could afford to run that. I mean, even at the best, most of the semi trucks are that are got those brand new engines in them. You're looking at like 7 to 7.2 miles to the gallon, and you still would end up losing money on that load. That is what the brokerage firms have done. As soon as the fuel prices went up, they dropped they dropped the freight rates like a rock. And the problem is there's too many people out there still taking those cheap loads that they can't afford. Nobody should touch a load for less than $3 a mile right now. Nobody. I don't care how cheap it is. I don't care how short it's moving. I don't care if it's just a bad area moving from one to another. Nobody should touch a load for less than $3 a mile. Period. Let the brokers know. Your stuff can just rot on the dock until you come up to the price. So, fun. Because I'm not going to sit here and run my truck in this heat just to stay cool. I had a choice. I could deadhead back to my place, which was about twice the mileage, or deadhead to my dad's. So I'm going to my dad's. That way I don't have to run my truck for air conditioning while I try to find a load that gets me moving. It's just one of those things. Tri-Cities, Washington, coming up. Anybody on here from the Tri-City area? No, it's not the industry trying to cripple itself, it's the brokers. And I'm guaranteeing, not only is it the brokers, but it's the shipping warehouses, right? The people requiring the shipping in the first place. They're not willing to pay because they've got their own fuel costs and everything else, right? So they're trying to pocket as much money as possible. Problem is, when they do that, they're ensuring that nobody's going to carry their load. And I would be willing to bet you it's the federal government leaning on them, telling them, don't you dare bring that price back up. I'll bet you they made them drop it in the first place. Yep. Ask yourself, why is it I'm seeing less and less truck traffic on the highway? I just gave you the answer. Because normally on a midday like this, on this run, it would be wall-to-wall trucks going in both directions. But so far, what? The last mile, we've seen 3 going the other way? Maybe 4? This country cannot afford this fuel price any longer. It is time for everybody to start standing up. Lower my speed of travel there a little bit. Because the officers in the Richland and Pasco areas do not like semi-trucks, trust me. So I'd rather be doing 1 mile an hour under the speed limit than right at it. Just like that let me see. Because that looks like a Washington DOT truck, but it's sitting on a flatbed here. And it's actually somebody else, an excavating company. But the back end of that looks exactly like a lot of the DOT trucks that they use all over the country. Ah, there's Steve and Linda's house. The only ham radio operator tower over there, that's some friends of mine. They were my parents' friends, actually, when I was growing up. So I blew the train horn for them. Yeah, but see, if I go on strike for a week, I end up having to spend the entire next month running like a rabid squirrel and still not put any money in my pocket. For every day that a semi truck does not run, that's $900 out the window. Roughly. Now, I got lots of friends that live in these towns right here. Yeah, we're now the people's media, huh? Well, that sounds interesting. And you know what's really interesting is I'm sitting here in the middle of city. This literally is Richland on my left. I'm sitting here and I've got like the weakest signal possible. Does not make sense. I am deadheading to my parents' house because I cannot find a load that I can afford to haul. From where I delivered my load this morning, my parents' house was about half the mileage that it would have been for me just to go home. So, I'm going to go to my parents' house. That way I've got air conditioning without having to run the truck while I try to find a load that I can afford to haul. So I'm not going to be on for very long because I've only got about 14 more miles to go. We just entered the Pasco area, crossing the river here. That's the Columbia River we drove across. I mean, they think that right now all the brokers seem to think that you can go to Jersey or to New York or to Florida from Seattle for $3,500. Actually, I think I saw one on there from Seattle to Florida for $3,200. That's not possible. Not with the fuel price where it's at. Dim right now because it's hot in the AC's blowing on it, and I got a fan blowing on it, but it's not keeping it warm enough, or I mean cool enough right now. So it's hard to read the screen, especially while I'm driving. Yep. I'm the third driver that you've heard saying they're going home, huh? I got no choice. Until I can find a load that I can afford to haul. It's kind of funny though. This stretch of road is usually bumper to bumper all day long. And gas prices are hurting everybody. No, I haven't heard anything on the CB about it. Nothing about a strike, but yeah, it's coming. And the only reason it's going to happen is because we can't even afford to turn the key on. Because normally you can't get two truckers together to decide on what to strike about or what to protest about or anything. You know, that's why, like the People's Convoy, that was kind of a miracle that everything just fell together at the right moment. And even then, we still got a ton of pushback from the trucking industry, especially the company drivers, the ones that don't own their trucks. Yep. Now over here on the left, after we come over under this overpass, you got Columbia Basin Community College. Many, many, many years ago, I used to help build the. When I I helped build the set for Jesus Christ Superstar, and the set for there was a set for Rocky Horror Picture Show and one for Little Shop of Horrors that I did many, many years ago. Look up on YouTube the Little Shop of Horrors play. 9 times out of 10, the one from CBC is the one that you'll see, and that is actually the same one that I built that set, helped build the set for when I was a teenager. And hello to everybody that's just in and out. Um, I'm literally only a few minutes from where I'm going to go and park the truck and try to find a load. So I won't be on much longer. But right now I can't find a load that I can afford to take. Look at this. Antifa moving out of Portland, huh? Walking on the side of the road. Well, who knows where they're coming from? Ah. Well, Charlene, do you remember what the human immune system is capable of? Tommy Temper is live. It's nice to see he's finally back out on the lives. He was suspended there for like almost 2 weeks, I think. I don't know. Nobody knows why, but anyway. East Pasco. Because I got sick of, after a while growing up, you'd get sick of staring at nothing but brown. All the mountains around here, they're all brown. There's no trees. It's hot. It's just one of those things that, when you get older, you just kind of want to get away from that and see other things. Yep. So once I cross this bridge up here, I'm gonna end the live stream because I'm gonna be close to where I'm going, and I got to go through some tight roundabouts and all of that I don't feel like trying to be on the live stream and navigate at the same time. And that'll also give my phone a chance to cool down enough that I can start looking for a load once I get there. Well, y'all have a good day. Remember to share, and definitely start sharing that hashtag no more third terms everywhere you can. And we will see y'all later.